Hello and welcome back to George's Gaming Guide. As you can see, I haven't got George with me today. You may have seen me on his previous videos. I'm George's dad, normally known as Breaking Dad, for obvious reasons. So today I have the privilege of bringing to you a very special Lego set. We've managed to, or we were originally given a load of Lego which had one of these in, and since then we've actually managed to get a boxed version of this, so we do have two of these castles. So the set I want to introduce you to is what's simply known as the Lego Castle. Now this is a set that was released in 1978, so a very, very old set. And there's a lot of significance with this set. It's the first set where you actually had proper, first year of sets that you actually had proper minifigures. Previously they were built out of bricks, they had big heads on them and the arms are all joints. So very much like the, sorry, let me try and get that on the camera, very much like the horses that we have in this set that have been brick built. And so this is a very significant era because, as I say, minifigures, they haven't changed that much from what they are now, but as I say, it's fantastic to have them in this. It was quite a big set, so 767 pieces. Now the strange thing is this is actually set 375. If you have a look for 375 sets, you will find that this isn't the only one. Not sure how the numbering was done previously, but the original 375 was released in 1966, and it was a deluxe basic set, so basically a set just full of bricks. There's also one that's 375-3, which makes no sense because this is known as -2, which was released before this set, which was in 1971, and there was a truck and trailer. So three completely different sets using the same number. Now this set itself, again, bit of a strange one. So this was released in 1978. They did actually re-release this set in 1981. So the set actually was 375, so as you can see we have the instructions for 375, but the set we were actually given is the re-release, which was 375 and 6075, so the actual build itself is the same. You do find slightly different stickers. I've never really been able to find out which are the correct stickers for each set, because there was one that was sort of purple and darker on the crowns, and there's ones as you can see on the box which is the light grey, and it seems to be down as to where they were manufactured with the stickers, so I don't think it's really the year that determines that, but it's where the stickers came from, so it's a bit strange. It might be American versus European, I'm honestly not too sure. In this set we do actually have one of the purple stickers and the rest of them are the pink with the light grey. So for anyone that's not seen one of these older sets, they are packaged slightly differently. So when you open the box, I mean this is second hand so it is there, but the box itself actually has a clear perspex, and it was just lots of bricks that weren't really split up. The person who got this from has very, very nicely packaged this set, so I really appreciate that. And on the box lid itself, it actually had different ways of building the castle. There's no instructions for those ways, but it shows different ways you can actually build it. So that was one of the challenges back in the day, let's say. So let's take the perspex off. So in this set, it is a yellow castle, and as I say, people actually know this as the yellow castle, but it's actually really nice. These are original age bricks, so 40 odd years old. Again, the person that did it has actually nicely labelled them, so we have the white horse and the three black horses all bagged up, and the individual knights. Now one thing that's again is quite nice on this, that I'll show you more in the proper review, but the knights themselves actually have visors that go up and down. There was only a few sets, I mean this was the only one with the castle, both the 375 and 6075, and there were a few sets that were just minifigures that had this. When they actually changed the castle sets to be more of a theme, which was 1984 I believe, they actually changed the helmets so they were just a grille. over the face, and it wasn't until the 1990s that they reintroduced the visor. So again, it's a very, very nice feature of this set. I will try and show you the back of the box. So again, just showing all the different configurations you can have. It does actually open out, which is really nice. And as I say, I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing set to build. Just to give you a bit more of the history of this before we get into the build. So the set itself actually predates the castle theme. So I do have a few notes because I can't remember all this, so sorry about moving my hand off the page. So it actually predates the castle theme, where they had themes and factions. That started in 1984. But for Lego collectors and fans of Legos, this is known as the original castle. I say that it's the first year of the minifigures, and I think it's for them to include 14 minifigures in this set, considering it's a new thing for Lego, was very, very impressive. And as I say, there are 14 figures in this. You will notice they have slightly different prints on them. Now, again, this predated any printing on the torsos. So you have the armour breastplate or tunic, whatever you want to call them, with stickers. So everything you see that's got a logo on it is stickered. And again, this is another change with what happened between 1984 and the 1990s, where you no longer had these tunics, so the armour was actually printed on the torso to make it look like armour. So I think this is really, really nice the way it's been done. And I think really we need to sort of get into this and see what it's going to look like. But I'm really, really looking forward to this. And it's great to be able to bring you this piece of history. So let's get straight into building, and we'll have a look when it's finished. So here we have the 1978 castle. Looks a bit strange being yellow, but I say it just looks fantastic. You know, considering this is 44 years old, it's actually impressive. I couldn't honestly tell you whether every piece in this is 44 years old. I mean, there's definitely some that look it. It actually built really well. It was a very strange build compared to nowadays, because I don't know, you may have seen in the instructions during the build, you actually build an entire layer at a time. So it's not like in the current books where you do 1 or 2 bricks on each step. it actually just literally does a full layer. So it can be a bit difficult to see sometimes what piece is supposed to go where, because it doesn't rotate the castle around or anything, so to see the back of it. And there's nowhere it actually tells you to put the stickers, so I've just used pictures off the box and the internet to try and make sure I get the stickers in the correct positions. But overall it is a fantastic looking set. I mean, we even have the working drawbridge. Yeah, it's a very simple mechanism, but it works. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice, to be honest. There is a feature on this I know some people don't like, but I think it's okay, to be honest, where you can actually flip around the two side panels to make it, I'll try and twist it on the camera, to make it so you have a wider front to the castle. Yeah, it's okay. Does look a bit strange from the back. I think from the front it actually looks quite nice, and you can see the stickers. Sorry, it's a bit hard to see. You can actually see the stickers on either side. But yeah, I think to display it like that is not a bad thing, but it is actually quite nice when it's closed. It's quite a nice model to look at from any angle. There's some pieces on this I've never actually seen on another set before, which is these red ones here in the windows. When I first saw the picture, I thought it was almost like one of the more modern bricks, where it's four-sided, hole in the bottom, one hole in the side. So these are a bit different. It's actually got a square hole in the front, and there's no back to it, so there's actually only three sides. Makes it a bit awkward to get in, because until you put the brick on the top, they actually slide quite easily. But yeah, I've never seen them in any other set apart from this. Some of the other pieces I wasn't actually aware were out in 1978, like the Technic pins, but it actually works really well. I mean, even if we look at the horses that come in this set, so a bit hard to see these, but it's a brick built horse. Not fantastic, but it actually, I think it looks quite good, to be honest. I think it really works for this set, and I think the scale of it is pretty good as well. We have these 4 knights, so there's 10 knights and 4 cavalry knights, and the cavalry knights all have these visors, which is really nice to see that they're intact, and it's quite nice to actually see through to just the slit where you can see the eyes coming through. I say, because it is the first year of the proper minifigures, every minifigure is identical apart from the colour of the body. But again, it's just really nice. Actually, probably the most expensive bit in this set, if you needed to replace anything, is the grey space helmet. What you tend to find is that the chin straps actually break. So to get these intact with the chin straps is quite expensive. I think the cheapest I found them was about £18 if I needed to replace one. So so I'm glad that this set actually had all 4 of them in situ. And with the visors themselves, I know some of them have actually lost the feathers. Probably not going to win any favours with my friend here. I want to tell you that he had one of these when he was a child, and he actually twisted the feathers off to make them look like the evil spaceman, which is a shame, because it's, you know, in hindsight he wouldn't have done it, but so he would have been 5-6-year-old boy at the time, so we can't hold it against him too much. But yeah, I think it's really nice. So say you've got a couple of white knights, couple of red, couple of black, and then the rest of them are the blue ones. They actually come with different colour plumes on top. So you have the blue one has the grey, the red one has the red. So I think that's actually quite nice. The colours kept really well on this, and then the black one has the black. So and they all have their own banners. So we've got the red and green chevrons, They actually look like rubber ducks, but I don't think they're supposed to be. So, but yeah, I'm not sure what that pattern's supposed to be, but it does look like rubber ducks. You have like a Templar Knights cross, similar or reversed, and then you have the ones with the crown on. The stickers actually change depending on, as I think it was who manufactured them. So you may notice on this one that on the shield it's got the crown with the sort of the darkish base to it, and actually on his tunic he's got the crown with the light grey. I think he's the only one that's actually got anything that's light grey. On the instruction manual itself, it actually shows them light grey, but I don't know. I mean, some of these bits are the original 1978. For example, this at the front and the badges, the banners at the side, and they've got the dark. So I think it was a bit hit and miss as to which ones you got when you bought the set. But overall, I think to have this in our collection is amazing. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. Yeah, having the first Lego castle in the collection is fantastic. We are quite fortunate because we have the box and the instructions for the original 375, which was the 1978, and we're actually given another version of this as well. So we haven't got the box, we have got the castle which has been built, and we actually have the one from 1981, which is as you can see here. So it was originally the 375, they re-released it as the 6075. So it's a bit strange to put both set numbers onto the instructions. But yeah, so we have a 1978 and 1981 instructions. So as I say, it's really nice to get them. It actually says on the bottom of both 1978, but yeah, the 6075 is the later release date. So it's really nice to be able to have them. I think that's amazing to have in our collection. The last thing I'd like to sort of say about this, because I mentioned the build quality and everything, I think it is excellent. I mean, there are gaps in it where the plates go together, but it's a 44-year-old set. You know, pieces were still quite in fairly early design, so there are things that have improved over the years, but the actual basics of the set, 99% of the bricks that you use are the standard bricks you get absolutely anywhere. I'd like to just tie this into the Lion Knights castle. So I think it's really nice that on the box of Lion Knights castle, so the one that came out this year, it actually has this on the outside of the box, showing the first castle set, which is the 375. And actually inside the castle, there's a small version of this. So George has actually built the Lion Knight castle, and that'll be this Sunday's video. So there will be a link back to this for anyone that doesn't see this review. But I think it's really nice that they've gone back to that initial beginnings of the castle series. So I think that's a really big plus for Lego. And it was one of the reasons why I felt it important that we got this and we built it, because of that tie-in for the castle sets over the years. So if you can get one of these, I would really, really recommend it. I say it's not got the detail, it's yellow, but the charm of it, the history of it, I think is amazing for anyone to have in their collection. So I'm really pleased you're able to join us for this. So if you haven't already, if you would like to subscribe and leave a comment, because I'd love to hear your comments on this, what you think of this. And if you have the Lion Knights castle, to let me know what you think of that as well. And I say, don't forget to watch out for Sunday's video, which is going to be George building the Lion Knights castle. It is the biggest build that George has ever done on his own. I mean, it's 4,500 pieces, just over. No stickers, which is good. and he's managed to do everything himself. So yeah, really impressive he's been able to do that. And as I say, please watch that video, like, leave a comment, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.